evening, everybody. Welcome to Baron After Dark. This is your Baron himself, coming from the mighty offices of the great estate of Tag Manor. And I just want to let you know our special guest, he's running a little late, but I wanted to start anyways right now, just to show that this is for real. This is going on. In fact, I am tracking right now. Mexican Iron Man was kind enough to give me his super secret tracker, and I can follow his heroic escapades right now. And right now, the reason why he is late, he is rescuing an ocelot in a tree, and down in Peru, it looks like, for a young Puerto Rican senorita. A Puerto Rican senorita. We're not going to see him tonight if that's the case. No, that's just kidding, everybody. But yes, Mexican Airman will be joining us when he is able to here. He will be on the air. He expresses his regrets and apologizes for being late, but that's okay. No problem at all. We all know Mexican Airman. We all love him. He is a great guy, a man of his word. He will be here most definitely. Until then, I thought I might as well do a little bit of talking, a little bringing up. I just want to thank everybody who is going to be joining us, or those of us who are watching on the backside. I will try my best to follow a low spec Linux laptop in the Pacific. Hey, thank you so much for being here today. My apologies, it's only my ugly mug you'll be seeing and not that handsome lad for just a little bit. But until then, I just thought we might as well talk a little bit. I want to thank everybody who joined me for Baron Live yesterday. I know it was what I call the gorilla, not the ape-wise, but the little combat style type of gorilla live cast I had yesterday, Baron Live. It was great there, and I want to thank again Captain Trek for joining me. I had never met him before, and he is a great guy. It was fun talking with him. And so, what to talk about until we get there? There's been a lot of stuff been going on. We are, of course, a couple of days away from Christmas. Hard to believe it's already been here. The one thing I want to sit back and say is this: I live next door to the Griswolds. I am not kidding you. Right down the block here. I wish I would have taken a picture. I could put it on the air here. But they have their house all decorated up like the Griswolds. Had a little bit of a problem. We had some windy days last week, kind of knocked everything down, but they managed to get everything built up. I'm the guy who's basically got the little sign out in front that said Steddle and pointing at their house. For us, we did not decorate up for Christmas this year. Pretty much kids are gone, just long-suffering Mrs. Tag and I. So we enjoy everybody else's, and of course, this season just snuck up on us so fast. It's just hard to believe, especially with the coof going on and the like. Kind of a funny thing. I was looking through. I even posted on my Twitter. I saw an advert this morning on the telly, and it was for Coca-Cola. And Coca-Cola was having. It was a beautiful ad. I'm not criticizing Coca-Cola here, not at all. But it was a beautiful ad, and it was basically saying, get together for the holidays. Everyone, we should get together, and showing the people at the table. And I'm kind of scratching my head going, isn't this everything that we're being told not to? Now, I'm not taking a side here on anything. I'm just pointing out the kind of the absurdity where we're being told the one thing, stay away, don't go out, all that fun razzmadinger. But here Coca-Cola is saying, hey, come on, let's go out together. So it's confusing. I'm ADD enough. I'm confused enough as it is. Just ask anybody who knows me, and I am the case. Now, it's kind of funny. I remember back a few years back, good old One Gun Alec Baldwin, tried to do a radio show. And he thought just by his name alone, he'd be able to sit down in front of the microphone, start talking, and people in droves will just call in. He didn't have to worry about a damn thing. Well, anybody who's been in the biz, like myself in the radio, we all know that is just a bunch of hooey-hawk. You can't necessarily go by that alone. You have to have at least something kind of behind you to help back up and have a filler. Just in case. And he was kind of fumbling through, is anybody out there? People over there and my engineers. Is anybody calling? Is the phone lines working? Yeah, this is Alec Baldwin. And can you, and I'm test talking here. And this is the number, please. And please give a call in. And Anybody calling in, I mean, it was so sad. It was like the first like hour of his show, or I don't know how long the show was, but it was just so sad and pathetic. So if you can't go off of your personality, and I think we found out that that man has none, uh, you can't do a show if you can't talk, if you can't engage. Now, I myself, I have to sit back and say I work better when I'm with somebody else. I found that out when I was working in training. That's actually, I give a little background information to bore the hell out of you, just what we need to know more about Baron Norman Tag. Who the hell is this loser? We want Mexican Iron Man. Where is our rabbit chicken tacos? They're coming. They're coming. I honest. Um, he got the ocelot out of the tree, folks. He's still down in Peru. He got the ocelot out of the tree, and jeez, he's talking to the Puerto Rican lassie down there. So that might take him there 20, 30, 40 minutes right there just alone. Um, don't worry though. I'm sure he'll get down here. He's got Bambino to feed and all that. So, but when I was going through training, I actually went for half the day during high school for my last 2 years to audiovisual training. And it was actually when they sent you off to the technical college in those days. Back then, we called it the technical center. You were the bad boys and the bad girls. You're the ones that they wanted to get the hell out of the school because you're causing problem. I was probably about the only one. I was the one that's volunteering. It's like, yeah, get me out of here. I want to get a head start on this broadcasting thing, learning audio, visual, television production, radio, all that fun stuff. And we had a great group of people there. And I don't know how much we goofed off more than we actually did work. I was learning my photography work because that was part of the course that we had going on. And I thought I did pretty good doing it and doing developing. Now, this is something that only us old times were, though, developing film. And I love doing black and white. One, you can actually keep the red light on. If you had color, you had to have the whole dark room dark or destroy the negative. But I always liked doing the black and whites, and I always found that there was such interesting textures and tones you could get with the photographs if you did things right. And you could play around and have so much fun with that. But of course, we sat around inside what we called the refrigerator, and that was the recording booth. So you walk in, it was like literally being in a refrigerator, except you got air, and it wasn't cool. And one of the other guys and I would just sit down and we just BS through the whole bloody thing. We're just yammering to each other back and forth. And everyone's sitting back saying, you guys should be a radio team. You're doing so good. And as I went along, I found out I'm actually better when I'm talking with somebody because I enjoy talking to folks, which is the reason why I'm doing this Baron After Dark. Is bringing in well, it's not going to be just YouTubers. I'm talking to people that are authors and other people that have interests. One is interested in horror films and the like. Another one, I want to try to get someone else who likes to talk about fandom, and especially Star Trek fandom, especially during the '80s, early '90s, and talk about those old days, kind of remind us, which this whole thing is about. In fact, Mexican Iron Man, we were having a talk. He was sitting back saying, what is my goal with all this? What is it? And he listed down the four things, and of course, the first thing he had on there was, is it money? And I emphasized too much on that one. He didn't say it that way, but so you're looking at money, or you're looking at this, or you're looking at that. And I said that no, I'm not looking for money. I want to do this as fun. I found out that I've been in a funk for so long, especially for a few years actually, because basically the woke that's been going on out there, and with that woke, I always felt I was kind of alone by myself. And when fan clubs quit being face to face, one on one, and gathering together and going more for internet, that interaction, even if I'm a hermit still has to come down from the mountain now and then to get his groceries and do a little talking. That is my BB, by the way, in the background. She wants to know where Bambino is. I have a Bochi, so she's half Chihuahua, half Boston Terrier. She heard Mexican Iron Man's on, and of course, she heard all about Bambino. So she wants to meet Bambino really bad. We might have ourselves a relationship here, folks. You never know. Love connection here on Baron After Dark. But when I came onto YouTube, I was always kind of sneering at my kids a little bit because they were always watching all these videos left and right on YouTube and, PewDiePie and the like. And I always sneered. It's like I always looked at YouTube as something fun to watch. It's that rabbit hole. You start off watching, say, countdowns at the end of the day for the BBC network, and then 4 o'clock in the morning, you're looking at what is the possibilities of the pyramids on Mars, and you're just wondering how the hell did I get here, and why am I going into the aliens section of YouTube? Well, finding the like people, I mean, people here that's in the chat, hail everybody in the chat that are coming in, uh, and engaging with them. I started finding out that there is a lot of like mindedness. And I've always been kind of prodded by a lot of people, you should be on YouTube. And I scoffed at them. It's like, why? What is it about me? Why should this fat fool be on the air? What type of interesting things can I say? And the long suffering Mrs. Tag, who wants to get me out of her hair for as much as she can, just suggested, hey, just go on in there, and you never know. You have so much knowledge in some stuff, and you love to talk, which is the case. Hey, John Rindle, welcome, and I just want to let you know, Mexican IronMan will be on his way here, so you just have to put up with me for just a little bit by myself. So my apologies there. And so I decided to go what to do. I didn't want to copy anybody. I didn't want to copy anybody out there per se. And when I started doing my own videos, I uh, just wanted to kind of go with the Harlan Ellison watching type of videos where I pontificate for about 5-6 minutes on a particular subject, kind of expanded to a couple different areas. But when it came to live like this, what could it be a little different than most? And that was to talk to people one on one. And sometimes when we're in our battle against the woke, going against these fools that are trying to destroy our myths, our legends, our sagas, the things that we love, whether it be comics, movies, television shows, role playing games, all that like, we will we get lost and so wrapped up into it that we start forgetting what this is all about. And it's nice to take that step back, take a breather, and that's what I want to present. Have little one-on-ones with people, get to know a little bit more. Because when you're focused on one thing, that's what people seem to always identify you as. And what is it that got us there? What's the things that get us a tick? What is to get excited? For me, like I said, talking to people, talking about things like Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who, Battlestar Galactica. When it comes around to my enjoyment of stuff, I'm ADD on things. I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. While I know a lot about stuff, I don't necessarily know every little specific detail of things. Maybe Star Wars, but even then, I know there's people that have far more knowledge than me, and I enjoy learning. This part, of course, I'm yammering my mouth off. When I get to talk to people, I like to hear what they have to say because they're more interesting. They have a lot of interesting things to bring to the table, you might say. And that's what I want to do here with Mexican IronMan. Of course, we're going to have some fun. We're going to laugh. We're going to have some talks. We're going to show some of the positive side of what's going on. He has some great takes on it. We talked a little bit about it. We agreed 100%. So, and when he does come walking in here, we will definitely hit that. Now, some of my videos I've been talking about, of course, it's like I've been talking about, Vikings, which brought a certain joker out there by the name of Fet for Hire. I have to show this again because I think this is absolutely fantastic. If it comes to the Bob Ross of the warped and demented uh, talent, Fet for Hire has done such a fantastic job. I only made a few mentions about Vikings, and he did this for me. And I have to show it again. This is absolutely fantastic. Fifth for Hire is a wonderful individual. I hope to have him on. It'll be more of a special one episode, probably be on a weekend because of work schedule. But I want to definitely talk to that man. He really has a love for everything that's going on. He supported Doomcock with so much artwork, supported me with so much work also, without even, not even asking, just wake up one morning and like, boom, there that stuff is. Well, if you like that one, Pacific, uh, this is his brand on me right there. This is what he After I gave him a little video, boom, he gave that one there. So I guess my customer service record for him is I'm excellent. I don't know what he was smoking. I really don't. But he's a great guy, and hopefully he'll catch this on the backside because I know he's working tonight. I feel sorry for the bugger. I got off work not too long myself, and what to actually talk about? What things would actually interest you while I burn time here, waiting for the mighty Mexican Iron Man who he's still talking to that young Puerto Rican lassie. It had to be a Puerto Rican girl that lost her ocelot in a tree. And when I say girl, I'm talking about she's a 23-year-old. He sent a picture. He sent a picture. Okay, so hopefully, hopefully she'll give him the cold shoulders soon enough, and he'll be down this way. I want to talk about one thing while we're on the air. The Expanse. I don't know anything about the Expanse, to be honest. That's rabbit chickens. There we go, rabbit chickens. Uh, I'm going to ask him about his free-range rabbit chicken farm. He's got one, a free-range rabbit chicken farm. That's where he's getting the rabbit chicken meat for his famed latest gourmet dish, the rabbit chicken tacos. Martha Stewart had him on last week as he was demonstrating the rabbit chicken tacos. And she fell in love with it. And then the cops came by, arrested her for some tax evasion, and left poor Mexican Iron Man alone in the show. Honest, it happened. I watched it. It did happen for real. But as for the Expanse, that's where I sit back and be upfront 100% with people that I am not a cultural warrior. I am not a pop culture expert. I just know about because I've been out of it a little bit and know about, and been so afraid with that woke. And let's take a look here. Season 1 through 3 were great. 4 was good. Then season 5 handed, and there was that. Is that the one that went woke? Is that the season that I heard they had that season that went with the wokeness? And they need to do a little more. What would you say? Work, and you said season 6 is doing better, so they must have been waking up and not sniffing the model airplane glue while they're writing and pontificating upon Jigglypuff or Trigglypuff doing her arm dance, all angry out there. As I like to call the blue-haired land whales, which gets 24/7 fusion. In fact, while I'm at it, I just want to plug an upcoming show here. While we have going on here, I might as well. I did secure. It may not be so much of a surprise, but my brother from the Kings, the Primetime Kings, which is every Sunday, will be joining me next week at 7:00 to be a guest on the show. And anybody who catches us on the Kings, you know exactly how we are. But this won't be a King show. We're going to actually have more of that 101. And Mexican, he just took off. She gave him the cold shoulder, and he is rocketing down here. And he sent a message to me saying that, brother, I forgot that you were in Minnesota. That's too bleeping cold. I have to stop off, get some of my Mexican Iron Man thermal underwear to pack in so I can keep my nuggets warm. Okay, so he's going to be on his way. He says about 5 minutes, and he should be with us. So I have 5 minutes just to blow steam and just babble here. How am I doing, by the way? Am I doing good? I'm going to be like Ed Koch. Anyone who knows, back in the 80s, one of the most famous mayors of New York of recent days, besides Giuliani, was Mayor Ed Koch. And Ed Koch was always joking that he was always walking around asking people, how am I doing? How am I doing? How am I doing? How am I doing? And there he is. You see him in the chat, and he's putting on those Mexican iron thermals so he can... Oh, and Bambino is being let out. And that's the most important thing. Mexican Iron Pup needs to go out, make the poodles and the doodles. He'll be right with us. Don't worry. Not at all. And as I told him, not to rush. He's with his family, by the way. I just be 100% honest. He's with his family, and I respect and honor family time. Family is overall, no matter what. Whether I'm in working when I was a manager working and such, if there's something truly that was important with the family, I always consider that over everything. And with that, when he's saying that, oh, I'm with the family and all that, I know he felt, oh. Are we all ready? Are we all ready, people? I'm waiting for him to get into the green room. I'm sure he's going to spray paint something on the wall in the green room first. And he's going to come in hot. He's going to be hot. He's wearing those thermals now because he's going to experience the joys of a snow cold winter. Like the taco grill. You hear that, Pacific? Get that grill going. That's your job today. Get that grill going. Rendell, get the door open. John Rendell, open the door because he's going to be coming in so fast. He's not going to have a time to get that door open. And I don't want him breaking my door because it's freaking cold out there. And are there such things as rabbit chicken nuggets? He didn't. Okay, is he holding out on me? Yes, Taco One is coming in. It's on. Okay, great. Thank you. Get that fire going because he needs, first of all, he does need to stay warm. And two, we need those rabbit chicken tacos. That Martha Stewart special that she had just before. I'm thankful. Keep the doors open. And of course, make sure you get that door closed afterwards. We don't need as much cold coming in here. But we know those rockets on his suit will keep us nice and warm also. Like I said, I enjoy having fun. I'm a crazy guy. People ask, what type of drugs am I on? I've never been on drugs a day in my life, unless you want to count oxycodone from my back. This is all natural insanity that I have. All. I hate to know what it'd be like if I was actually stoned. Oh, yeah, the fan behind me? Yep. It's kind of funny. Like I said, here we are in Minnesota, but my office, for some reason, turns into a freaking sauna. You don't know it because you only see the respectable part here, but I'm wearing shorts and have that fan on just to stay cold. Hey, no baby Yoda fajitas. Only one is gone. That's not good. My youngest tag would be all sad. There we go. Baby Yoda fajita ready to go? My wife gave this to me because she made a crocheted Baby Yoda for her daughter, the youngest tag. And I go, well, where's mine? And she kept putting it off. I'll get yours made. I'll get yours made. No. Then finally she came home and gave me this. She goes, there's your Baby Yoda. Now shut the front door. You can see where I rate with her. Now this is the second long-suffering Mrs. Tag. I have told her I have found the next long-suffering Mrs. Tag out there. The only difference is the second one. The one that would be the third one has far too much taste for me. So, you might be right. You might be right. I mean, and that's kind of the problem I am having with the Disney stuff is why do we keep on having the same old trope? It is a trope of we got to have the kids. And I know Doomcock was talking about that with Omega or whatever the heck that the gender changed little Fett girl was that they had to have in the Bad Batch. Of course, Baby Yoda with the Mandalorian and the like. And yeah, I mean, let's start getting a little different here. I mean, do you think who out there thinks that we'll be seeing this in the Mandalorian, or will this be going to one of the other shows? And the Mando is going to go on to a new batch of adventures. I really don't know. I mean, it all depends. And to be honest with you, I'm still a little irritated about what I'm hearing about the Book of Fett. I'm still one of the few out there that say Boba Fett is a villain. Ladies and gentlemen, I have waiting for me in the wings. I like to call him the living patron saint of all us YouTubers. Women want him, men want to be him, and rabbit chickens fear him. Ladies and gentlemen, Mexican Iron Man. Da 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 da. I guess that's not Mexican Iron Man. That's non-Latin Mexican Iron Man. He's hiding in the wings there. Oh, he's having audio issues, folks. He's having audio issues. I don't know anything about that. And yeah, I'm thank you for that one, Pacific 414. You are absolutely right. He is a villain. I cannot see him as anything other than that.
Two. Test 1, 2.
3, 4, 5. How's that for you?
Dude, like I'm not. This is the first time I've live streamed since I got to the West Coast, and all my settings are off. Like it's looking for a microphone that's not here, headphones that aren't there. Yeah, I'm gonna be non-Latinx Santa. Oh wait, look, I'm Mexican Iron Man. Look, my name's on the screen. Holy shit!
Right, but you know what? Forgive me for this, my brother from another interracial mother. You can blame Coach for this. He told me I had to do this. Darth Poopy.
What? Wait a minute. Where did you get that? That's funny. That's funny as fuck. Wait, who told you that, Culture?
Coach. When I was talking with Coach, he goes. I was telling him I was hoping to get you onto a live stream. He goes, well, if you do get him on the show, in that gentle tone of his, he goes, make sure you call him Darth Poopy. So, I had to do Darth Poopy.
Sorry I'm late. Got held up.
That's understandable.
I'm on the West Coast time zone. Boy, this is so weird. I'm missing. Like I'm so used to being on the East Coast time zone. Like I'm not adjusted. I'm like right now. It's like what time is it? It's 11.
Well, you didn't hear the story. Yeah. Well, right now for me it's 9:44 at 5 here. So because we do have I'm in Central Time. So yeah, I mean that for you this is like almost bedtime. But you probably have plenty of sun to see a little bit here, huh? Or has it gotten dark yet?
No, it's been dark. It's no, dude. 7:45 out here on the West Coast. Yesterday I was up for like 17 hours. So, anyways, what do you want to talk about? So, guess what I did today? Let me throw some out. So, one of the things we did when I went to the mall. So I saw Spider-Man for the second time. Time, but I saw it in a 3D 4DX theater. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, that's basically turn your eyes into mush, your brain melts out your ears, and you just go, ooh, right?
Well, that may be the 3D point. It was the most amazing movie going experience I've ever had. I mean, the chairs move, water goes on your face when it rains. The audio is unbelievable. The lightning bolts shine. It is literally a 4D experience. You smell, feel. I mean, there's like air, like when Spider-Man would shoot his web and go, you felt like a go by your left ear. It was, I don't know. Did you ever go to Disneyland and see Star Tours when it first came out?
You know what? The only time I was in Disneyland was back in 1978.
Okay, so you were like
that was the only time. Like that. You're two. I was 78. I was about 7 going. I was about 9 going to 10.
Yeah, so they didn't have that yet. Well, it was the most amazing cinematic going. It was felt like I was in the movie, and I mean it was just unbelievable. The 3D quality was great. You haven't seen it yet, have you?
No, I have to go out and see it. Unfortunately, my schedule's been so busy. I've been kicking myself because I've been, you were telling me about some great movies, and I haven't had a chance to go out there. And I've heard nothing but good things about this film.
I'm not the biggest Spider-Man guy at all. I mean, literally at all. I mean, did I see all the previous movies? Yeah. Zendaya and Tom Holland, not my favorites. in general.
Hmm.
But I grew up a DC guy. I'm not a Marvel guy. I didn't really grow. I mean, Spider Man was everywhere, so you couldn't help but have some appreciation for him as a comic book fan. But I did not grow up a
Hmm.
Marvel guy. I grew up a very heavy DC guy. So
Okay.
and the only character that I mean, even my appreciation for Iron Man as a character was if there were two or three Marvel people, it was the obscure ones. Like Marvel was an obscure one. I mean, like Iron Man and Marvel Universe was. I was a little bit of
Hmm.
a fan as a kid. But I gotta tell you, I just saw it a second time, and I like this movie even more than I did the first time. It was
Wow.
there's so many things I caught that I didn't catch the first time around that I think make it a much better. I think the first time I saw it, even though it's 2 hours and 20 minutes or whatever it is, it goes by so quick. So like certain criticisms that I had of the movie went away once I saw it a second time because I was able to
Really?
sort of since I knew the major plot points that were happening, I was actually felt like I was able to enjoy the script and enjoy the storytelling aspect. Um, and I think they did. It's clear to me that that script, every single line in there was written with deliberate purpose, and every shot was done deliberately. So I don't know.
Wow.
Anyways, so I think
Now you got
we
me
had a
really needing to see that.
we had a cut. You, I look. I'm not a. I am. It's kind of like the Ghostbusters experience. I enjoyed it as a kid. I did see the first two
Hmm.
movies, liked them both. Of course, the first one was better. Hated the 16 like everybody else. But I never really was a big Ghostbusters. It was never one of my big fandoms. Like for example, like with my brother Tom Connors that I do Midnight Sage After Dark with. He's always been a big Ghostbusters guy. Me, no. Um,
Hmm.
and to go and have that experience was joyous, was amazing, was awesome. Being pleasantly surprised, and I kind of I've been going into movies now feeling like, look, I'm going to be open to a good experience, but I'm going to expect the worst. And I just
Hmm.
leave it for them to prove me wrong versus going in expecting the worst and going in wanting to hate it and making them convince me to not to hate it. I still remain
Hmm.
an overall optimist. Hey, how come you call me a patron saint of fandom? Where'd that come from? I
The
just got
patron
that.
saint of YouTubers. The patron saint
How
of YouTubers.
how is that?
Why? You know, you the reason why is just like many of the saints out there. You're such a giving man. You really, really are. You go give so much time and effort and support and advice to us. You always have that kind word for us. No one, no one is in the right mind you, says that no one that isn't. What I'm trying to say here is, if they're not in the right mind, they're the only ones that don't like you. Let's put it that way. The crazy mothers
Yikes!
that we don't need in this world. But I mean, everybody I have run across, and I say your name, they love you, man.
Oh,
They
that's nice.
love you. It's like, and as it goes, it's like hearing all this wonder and praise and love for you. It's like this man is the living patron saint of YouTubers, and your heart is so big. I don't know how you keep your heart in your body, man. I really don't, because that's how big that heart is of yours. And to be honest with you, I've heard the things that you've said about me to others, where it's like no, it's Brandon, the anime guy, where you say, hey, give Baron a chance on there, and go on the live stream, and of course you talking with 24/7 and such. I've heard that you've said
I like
such
I like
lovely
I like
words.
how all these guys I like how all these guys sell me out. Like they'll be like, okay, here's what you do, but don't tell them I told you. And then they go ahead and tell you anyways. That's pretty
Oh,
funny.
I didn't know that. I'm sorry, they never told me that.
Well, no,
So
no, it's okay. Well, you know what it is I don't want to make a big deal of like I'm not in this thing for clout. Listen, I appreciate your comments. They're very sweet. They're
right.
awesome. I love you. You're great. I definitely am not in this game for clout or for compliments. I've always just regarded myself as a fan, and
Right.
um there's a lot of days I have disappointments, and there's a lot of days where this is hard. I mean, there are times where I've been broke and haven't been able to super chat anybody, and then there's times when I got
Mm-hmm.
some cash and I can super chat. There's different YouTubers who I've helped with different things when I've had the cash or the time,
Mm-hmm.
and being on live streams. I'm not. I always tell people I'm not a YouTuber, but I think I think I'm just not a channel creator YouTuber. I think because I was looking at, I mean, with all the shows I do, I guess I am a YouTuber, but I'm a fan, bro. Like, and like I love spotting talent. Like I think you've got a lot of talent. I love hearing, but you and I have gotten along for so long in the chat streams, in the live chats.
Yeah.
I mean, you and I talked on the chat for freaking God. It's been a year at least. Has to be.
Almost a year, yeah, yeah.
It
I
has
mean,
to
it might
be.
have started with. It might have actually started when you didn't really know who I was because I was using my actual real name before I got the Baron Norman tag one. But I think the
Yeah,
warped sense of humor must have
yeah. Because
transferred
I got to
over.
know. Yeah. Well, no, I knew you as Eric first. I think the
Yeah,
Baron thing came
yeah,
later, but
yes, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, sir.
yeah. And so, and there's, I hope your channel does well. I'm always tickled pink when like people invite me on. I'm just like, why are you inviting me? I'm not even like a real YouTuber, like with my real channel and stuff. But I love coming on because if it's a channel I like or somebody I like, I love that. And there's so many channels where like I would just the other night, Valiant Renegade we talked about the story where like I was a seventh or eighth sub when he got started. I remember being on Pauly Latino Slant. I remember his first live stream, and I was, well, I don't know if it was his first, but I know it was back in June or July. Not this last summer, the summer before. I was like the only one in his live stream. Like he had one person, it was me. And I don't know how I got his notifications. If I hadn't randomly gotten a suggested notifications when I happened to be able to watch it, um, I never would have found out that he existed. Well, maybe eventually I would have because he was in the fandom. But I can't even
Mm-hmm.
imagine a life. I can't even imagine my life without so many people that I've met online. Like Paulie is like, I mean, I just can't even imagine not knowing him. I can't imagine you and I have known each other so long. I can't imagine not. I mean, the list is endless. Loki and I mean,
Yeah.
Doomcock came up with my name, Mexican Iron Man, and and I think what unites us is this fight. I think we were talking the other day on the phone. I think what unites us all is this fight for the things that we love, and we got to keep
Mm-hmm.
the boot on the neck of Hollywood because there actually are some good movies that have come out this year that I've enjoyed pretty thoroughly. More in the second half than the first half for obvious reasons, but I think there. Oh hell, 24/7. If
There's a
you, I
troublemaker
mean,
right there, huh?
he's not a troublemaker. He's a guy. You know what? I'm so proud of him because I remember calling. He must have thought I was absolutely crazy. I remember reaching out to him way back when and calling him up. I think our first phone call got 24's got to help me with this. I think the first phone call went 2 or 3 hours, and we talked about like why are you on YouTube and what are your dreams and what do you want to do and God, I can't even imagine. I remember we were trying to like he was trying to start streaming and like we couldn't get it right, and we didn't know if it was a gear issue or whatnot, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're gonna I think your take is awesome. I really love what you told me on the phone the other day when we talked. Was it yesterday or the day before? I
Mm-hmm.
really loved it. I mean,
Yeah.
I think you're funny. You've got a good perspective. I think focusing on why these things are important is something that we don't talk about. We're too busy sometimes, and I'm guilty of this too. I think I'm because Lord knows I'm known for my rants. So sometimes
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm too guilty of being negative, but we got to remember why we fight for these things because culture matters. I mean, if culture didn't matter,
Yeah.
would we be friends, you and me? Like, if we didn't have the same outlook in life, right?
Right.
I mean, how else would we
Exactly.
be friends?
And you know what? And it's good to rant now and then. I mean, it shows that you have passion there. I mean, if all you are is all that is rant, that's the one thing. But you're not. And when you do have that rant, you know that is true, honest passion that's coming from your heart, and it means something to you. And just because we have a positive outlook doesn't mean we don't have a chance to do that Patton speech saying, "Come on, you cowards, let's get this taken care of. Come on, keep that positiveness to that." I have to ask one question. How do you make wrenches?
Oh, I can teach you right now. You want me to teach you right now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So open up a window. Do you have the like not StreamYard? Like open up a YouTube window
Yep.
of this live stream.
Yeah, I
Okay.
got that.
All right. You
Okay.
see the names going by? Okay.
Yeah.
So right click on that. There's little dots on the right side, and
Mm.
it'll say make
Yep. Hmm.
moderator or assign moderator. You see that?
I did that. 24. Guess what? You got a job now.
Uh oh. Uh oh.
24's got a job now. I'm going to make him a mod there.
Uh
You know what?
oh.
I'm getting spammed. I just got my second spam in there.
Did you really? Hold on. Let me
Uh,
go look. I don't have the
yeah,
main window
today.
open.
Oh, I just I blocked them. I blocked them. They're not in there no more. But they have like these Russian names, and they're putting this garbage in there. Oh, there's another one right there. See it?
Oh, they're gonna blow up your channel. Do you have any? You got to hit those hard.
Yeah, I know, definitely. I can't believe I'm getting. You know what that means?
It means that,
I am.
go ahead.
I'm becoming somebody. I'm becoming somebody.
Okay, well, I like I I like to I like to think that you're somebody. You know, one of the things that people get, you know, you're everybody's somebody. Everybody's got an important voice to share and tell. Everybody's got a
Hmm.
story to tell. Whether you have 1,000 subs, 100,000 subs. I mean, people don't talk. People look at all the success of some of the channels I support, like Friday Night Tights. They got, you know, all these. I'm like, good God, some of these guys have been at this 7, 8, 9 years, for God's sake,
Oh yeah,
literally.
they're just knocking it out there. They're.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Well, but
And
this
yet,
thing takes time. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, whether or not you are somebody or you have something important to say as subs and all that is not a reflection of that. That's, that's a
mhm,
reflection of something else and different.
yeah, definitely. And
Is that a cat or a
it's like
dog?
that is a cat. This
Oh,
is Mr. Mouse. Uh, there you go, Mr. Mouse. Say hi to the world. He is my cranky furry cat that likes to get in the way now and then. And
nice.
he picked me, but yeah, my dogs. Well, actually, just a second. Hey, Duchess, come here. Come here, Duchess.
I just want to say for the record that on this live stream, I'm checking out your cat's ass right now. Your
There we
cat.
go.
Oh my God, you got a little one like I do.
That's my Duchess. That's my wiener doggy. And
While
yep,
you were
Mr. Mouse.
gone, your cat was giving me a lap dance.
Oh yeah, yeah, he's good at that. But this is my Dachshund of Doom. This is Duchess P Puppy, and she's toothless, so she's
Mm,
very harmless. But
nice,
she thinks she can still go after squirrels.
nice.
But yeah, Mouse has been getting braver to get in my way when I'm doing my broadcast now, and I'm gonna have to have a
So
talk
you have
with
the
him.
thing. You have the Bambino problem. So Bambino doesn't do it anymore. Where is he right now? Bambino, where the hell did he go? Oh, he's
Hmm.
sleeping on the pillow. See, Bambino
Oh,
doesn't do it
good.
anymore. But
Hmm.
what he would do is when I started doing Midnight Sedge for the first 2 months, when I did Midnight Sedge After Dark, he would constantly like try to pull the plug out of the wall and get my attention and f with screw with my
Hmm.
mic cable, all that shit. Hey, I noticed you have Flash comic on the wall. Is that
Well,
what
actually,
is that? I saw
it's
Flash.
a 10.
Oh, it's
Yeah, it's a
Flash
10.
Gordon.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a 10. It's a Flash. Okay, I was good. I'm glad it's Flash Gordon and not Flash. You know why?
Why?
Because Flash sucks as a DC superhero.
I never
I,
was a big fan of Flash, to be honest.
You know why Flash sucks? Here's why Flash sucks. 24/7, you're in the chat. He knows why. Flash sucks. You know why? What's his superpower? He runs fast. Baron, guess what? Mexicans are
Hmm.
not impressed with that superpower. We've been running fast on the border every single freaking day of our lives.
I thought it was pole vaulting.
Well, unfortunately, we didn't get that wall finished, so no, it's still running. So you know, almost everyone in my family, at least I know, wanted that border wall done, but it hasn't happened. So no, it's still, but not impressed with running fast, Flash. That's just, I mean, and plus too, we're desensitized a little bit. We got Speedy Gonzalez, just Mexican. Speedy Gonzalez is the original Flash.
And that's just it. Remember what was it, about 10, 15, maybe 20 years ago when they were saying we have to get rid of Speedy Gonzalez because he's insulting to the Mexicans? You
Yeah, did
remember
they just
that?
try that again? They tried that again about 2 years ago. You may have missed it, but that came up again about two
I
years
did.
ago. Yeah, so
It's
yeah,
like,
that's been around, but that was never our idea. Anyone who's Mexican, we're like, what the hell? We like this guy. I
well,
mean,
and that's just it. That's just it. It's when you hear this outrage coming out there, it is not from that ethnic group generally, unless
no.
there's like a couple of wags that's in there. But it's pretty much just those Karens that go, shh, 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 quiet now. You're oppressed. I'll take care of you. And
Well, now,
it's
well, yeah, crazy, right?
It is, and it's like my youngest daughter who is out of the house. Her boyfriend is half Chinese from Hong Kong. Well, the family's from Hong Kong. His mother is,
Okay.
but I was out there goofing with them and brought up Hong Kong Fooey, and she starts going, "That is very insensitive." And Zach and his brother That's his name, Zach, turns and looks and goes, "What do you mean? That's our superhero!" And they started singing this Hong Kong Fooey song. It's like, I
That's
know this stuff.
funny.
I know
That's
this stuff.
that's funny. That's funny. So your daughter was the offended one?
Well, yeah, she
No, who
started
was?
acting all offended. Yeah, my
Oh
daughter.
my
My
god,
daughter.
that's funny.
Yeah.
That's
She started
that's
acting
so.
all offended. It's like, well, I mean, it's like you should hear the jokes back and forth between us and him. About where's the dog? Where's the dog? Stuff like that, and he's in on it 100%. And that's just it. That shows your security in your
Yeah,
ethnicity.
yeah.
I mean,
Well,
if you're quick to be,
that's where the Mexican came from in my name because I mean I felt I felt like all my white brothers and sisters were getting so freaking slammed left and right. I said, well, shit, I'm gonna throw out there that I'm Mexican Iron Man and see how people react, see how these SJWs react to me because I've got the
Mhm.
same common sense views and stuff.
Well,
So
and that's kind of it. It's almost like, and I also find that these are the same people that go around saying about how freaking worldly they are. But I can't remember. I was listening to one of the chats the other day. They were talking about when they were doing like Twitch accounts and in
yeah.
the online stuff. And they're talking, and they get someone who's Hispanic on there, and they're start speaking Spanish, and of course they say a certain word that's black, and they get tagged and banned because of it because they said that word, and it's like that's the word that in their language for black. It's not a
Oh
slur.
yeah.
It's not an
I've heard
insult.
about this.
Are you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, I've heard about that.
And it's like, for crying out loud, and guess who's the ones that are the ones making a big deal about it? The ones that are not, is the why again the Karens, the little cuck boys that want to fall around and try to get some Karen poontang. And it's like, honestly, honest to Pete, you're not worldly if that's the case. I'm far more worldly in that manner because I understand that there's a different cultures. Coach and I were talking about that when he gave me, of course, the Garth Poopy one, but of course we are saying about how words have meanings, the words in the language,
Hmm.
and of course they're going after and trying to bastardize not the Mexicans, not the Hispanics, not anyone who speaks the Spanish language, but again the freaking Karens, the Hispanic language, the Spanish language out there with this. If there's, let me put it this way: the only way you have Latin X is if you follow behind it with men. I want to see a Latin X Men,
Well, there
but none
actually
of
it's
this.
funny funny you should say that Polly on Latino slant. There actually is a Latin X Men, and it's hold on, let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Let me see if I can find
Okay,
it. Talk to the chat for a second. Let me see if I can find it.
I will talk to Chad. Hey, Chad, I got to talk to you while he's finding something from Polly.
Hold on.
So maybe I'll sing some Christmas carols. Actually, Mexican Iron Man and I we're going to be singing some Christmas carols later on here. I think we're going to start off with Feliz Navidad and move into some more of the
What?
traditional
No, no,
carols.
no. Hold on. No, 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 no. No. Hold on. According to my booking agent, no, no, no. That's not in the order that my booking agent gave me.
Your
All right,
booking
let's see
agent
here.
left some
Hold on.
stuff out.
No, my booking agent most certainly did not. Here, hold on. Where it is here? Hold on. What's the link here?
What's the
Here, hold
link?
on.
What we got? Okay, I'm
All
ready.
right,
I'm
hold on,
ready.
hold on, hold
If
on.
you are, I'm
Hold on. Let me rewind this. We got to show this. You're gonna love this. Hold on.
sure. I
And
want to
you
see it.
you're not monetized, so you can't get copyright strokes. So that's
Right. I'm
a
not monetized at all. As it goes, I'm not looking for money in this. I'm looking to have fun. I'd be
that is
surprised if I
that
ever
is
got.
that is the best perspective to have. And you know what? Here's
Mhm.
the thing. Loki on Mornings of Mischief is doing a Wednesday series now, where every Wednesday he's been talking for the last 3 weeks. He's been talking about different aspects to YouTube and being on YouTube. And I got to
Mhm.
tell you, it is like a postgraduate study of YouTube's behind the scene, and everybody who is on YouTube should watch that because there's plenty of videos that talk about how to grow your channel and what the algorithm says and all this, but all of that is just not as meaningful as what Loki's doing and what he and his guests um, have been covering. He had Nick and Fat Steven on today. He had Coach last week.
Mm-hmm.
The week before he did it by himself. All right, let me share my screen here. Let me see what you're gonna love this. Hold on. Share screen. Let me go to Window, Chrome tab. Let me find it here. Where is it? Oh, Contoto on Twitter. This is it. Okay, here it comes. What do you see right now? What do you see?
I see you.
No, that's not it. Hold on. Stop sharing. Hold on. I'm not doing it right. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Okay, wait. Share screen. Okay, so when I share it, you see how you can add it to the.
Oh yeah. Oh, you gonna do that? Okay, sure. Just a second. Let me get you.
Hold on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There we go. There it is. Okay, I'll add that to
Oh
stream.
wait,
Are you ready to go?
that's not it. Wait, no, that's not it. Hold on.
Whoa, that's
I
that
grabbed the
Puerto
wrong one.
Rican lady you were helping out earlier.
Hey, whoa! Hold on. Hold on.
Did you hear you heard my lead up to this, didn't you? To the show while you were late.
No, I didn't hear anything. I just literally was. I was
I
in a
told him
car
that
full of people.
I told him that you gave me the super secret Mexican IronMan tracker. I was honored to have that, and I was telling everybody you were late because you were down trying to get a ocelot out of a tree down in Peru for a young Puerto Rican lass. And I said, "Oh, Puerto Rican lass, yeah, we're not going to be seeing them for a while."
Well, that, as they say, that might not always be far from the truth, if you know what I mean. Okay, share screen.
After seeing what you had down there, a good thing I didn't put it up there. Woo.
All right, here we go. Did I
ready?
find it? I got it. Here we go. We're ready to go. Tell me when.
5. Okay, just a second. Let me get off my mouse. Okay, we have added that to stream. There you go.
Ready? You see? What do you
I'm
see
ready.
on the screen? Latinx.
I see Latin X-Men. Yep.
All right, here we go.
Breaking news. A blue-faced assailant armed with an ice right is trapping council members inside City Hall. With the police force frozen in place, the council awaits their last hope, the Latinx men.
City Hall's under attack! Latinx men, unite! Let's go!
Hey, well, before we go, quick question. Do we have to be the Latinx men?
Not again!
Why can't we just be the X-Men?
Because the X-Men already exist.
Okay, I'll just say it. I got a problem with the X. Is it Latinx? Latinx?
Pronounce it however you want. The city council's in trouble.
You can't conjugate an X.
X-Men is not a verb, pendejo.
It's pendeja.
It seems that Dr. Ice is literally covering City Hall in an igloo.
Come on, guys.
So, state the obvious, but we're not all men.
I understand, and we can absolutely circle back. But City Hall is...
Ole!
Not now, Torero. Didn't we vote him out? Keep saying where we are.
But I taught you everything you know.
Torero, out.
How dare you?
Everyone, into the El Camino.
Dr. Ice has finished encasing City Hall with hundreds of people trapped inside. With no sign of the Latinx men, he's even had time to make paletas.
Paletas? I want one.
Hey, guys, how come Rogue didn't have to Spanishize her name?
Stop saying guys.
What do you mean, why? Look at her.
For the last time, I don't have it easier than you. Do you know how confusing it is whenever Rogue, and I show up at the same crime scene? No, where are you from?
I'm un ojo. If anyone gets to change their name, it should be me.
Finally, the Latinx men are here.
Wait, before we get out.
You heard her. Hundreds of people are trapped.
Totally. But first, let's take a quick vote. Who likes los Latinos?
I was thinking the Latins.
Oh, how about the Latinx people?
I couldn't even begin to explain that to my abuela.
So I guess they're just not gonna get out of the car? Oh, thank you.
Silencio. Everybody get the...
I told you guys to send me the directions in Portuguese.
Carnaval, we're kind of in the middle of something.
I'm Portuguese groupie too.
Absolutely. Actually, since you're here, what do you think if I just went by La Boriqueña?
That exists. Well, what about La Chicana for me?
Oh my God, enough already. Why don't we just go by a fucking symbol?
Totally.
Absolutely.
I'm totally kidding, but if that'll get you out of the car, everybody cool, red, white, and green?
La Boriqueña does not wear green.
With the entire city council perished and public opinion firmly on his side, Dr. Ice is now considering a run for office. I'll be honest, with paletas like these, he'll be hard to beat. Back to you, Jeff.
That is absolutely fantastic.
You like?
I told you to send them in Portuguese.
So, so
uh,
while the city council gets frozen over by Dr. Ice, meanwhile, my people are still trying to decide what words.
uh,
Is that
my
good or what?
Lord. That is absolute.
See now I feel like I deserve my patron saint name because you asked for something and I made it appear.
There it is. I mean, it's a miracle. And I'm Lutheran.
You're Lutheran and it's a miracle. You're Lutheran. Is that good or what?
That was hysterical. That is that. Who did that?
I have no idea. Paulie found it on the internet somewhere, and he just sent me the link. So, and I've had it for a while. I watched. He's had it for. He did a video on it like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And the funny thing is that when he sent it to me, I hadn't seen his video yet, and I kind of just sat on it. I'm like, oh golly, I don't want another thing to get triggered. Like I had just gotten triggered on some show, some the night before. I don't even know what it was. Doomcock, Midnight Sage, I don't know. And I'm like, I don't want to get triggered again. So I sat on it. I didn't see his video, and then I watched it and then watched their video. He did an amazing video. He did an amazing video on it. It was hilarious. Go check out Paulie Latino Slant. Subscribe if you haven't already. And
please do.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. That's pretty
funny.
Yeah,
Paulie's a great guy.
Yeah. I see a lot. I see some Star Wars foil on your wall.
Yep. There's some Star Wars foil. Issue number 1. And oddly enough, the other one is the first issue of the real comic I picked up. That was issue number 14 when I was a kid. I actually found it at like a flea market type of thing. And it's like, well, there's a Star Wars comic. You know, I'm young back then. You know, the only comic books I was really reading back then were your Carl Barks, the Walt Disney comics and stuff like that. You know, Mickey Mouse, Donald, Uncle Scrooge, who's my favorite. I mean, a Skinflint Scotsman. I mean, you got to love that. No typecasting there. And going around, it's like, wow, there's this Star Wars comic. And it's already mentioned there was a story. And picked up a few of the issues that they had there. My parents were kind enough to pick it up for me. And then I discovered in the back there they had the advert for Mile High Comics, which, of course, this is before the days, obviously, of internet and shit. And it's like, and my parents went away and they got all the back issues leading up to them, got me a subscription to Marvel for Star Wars. The only issues I never got was the first 6 issues, which I still regret today. But this is the reason why. Off a screen. I guess I should have grabbed these, yes, indeed. But when I was, the only comics I knew about was we went to a Schneider's, and they had these huge big ones.
Oh, yes. I remember those. Wow.
Yes, and so my dad figured, why should I spend extra for 6 comics that you already got there? So I never got the first 6. And I had the subscription all the way to the end, and I think when it came to the end, they sent something saying, okay, Star Wars is coming, and what do you want? And I went with, I think, King Conan, what I got. But, okay, I know you're a fan of this, too, but I also got the big one of...
Oh, what?
Uh-huh.
What? No, yeah. Wait. That is an oldie but goodie.
That Holy it is, crap. Yes. Marvel Super Special. And this goes off of the movie more than the actual miniseries. Because, where is it?
Wait. When did that one come out? So that's the large format from 05 or the large format that came out in the 80s or 90s?
This came out in the 70s. This is 1978.
Holy shit! How much did you pay for that?
Oh, this is the one I had since I'd been a kid.
Oh,
$1.50.
okay. Oh,
No,
literally. Okay, so
everything. All these that you're seeing right here, these are
right.
my kid. This is the stuff that I grew up with reading. That's why they're so dog-eared,
Wow.
because we didn't have VHS and all that. So what was the best way to go over it? Well, you read these comics
Mhm.
over and over and over again. And they're not the best quality. And like I said, this is more for the movie that they had, because
Yeah,
they edited into that movie. So this one
right.
has actually Baltar getting his head chopped off. And for some
Okay.
reason they made Baltar a bald
That's
guy.
that paper that you have on that one. That's that thick newsprint type paper, right? It's like a thicker. It's kind of it's like, well, I mean, it looks like newsprint, but it doesn't. But it feels kind of thick. It's like
Right.
almost cardboard paper, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, almost. I mean, it's very pulpy. It's very pulpy. It's not top
Yeah.
quality paper, but yeah,
Right.
it's a
Right.
little bit
Right.
thicker. A little bit thicker. Something, yeah, something that would be in the area of a newspaper. Yeah,
Oh
and
man,
no,
that's so
so
good.
yeah, I know. I've kept them all these years, and somewhere's around here, I actually got even bigger ones of Flash Gordon, Mandrake the
Mhm.
Magician, and the Katzenjammer Kids.
Uh-huh. Wow. Holy crap. Look at you. No wonder we both have 21st. Yeah, so and what do you have on the back shelf there? On the
But
shelf. What are
that
all
one there,
those? Yeah, what are
those
all
are all
those?
my role playing. Those are my role playing game books. So you're gonna find over there. This shelf here particularly has my GURPS role playing, my Dungeons and Dragons. I'm talking about first, second. Oh no, I don't have my second ones. Yeah, first, second, third edition. I don't have fourth. I got my fifth on there. I got my Star Trek role playing game. I got my and that I'm talking about a couple different versions of that. I have different of the third edition, companies that supplied on that one. I'll just turn this a little bit more then. This is my messy office. That one over there is my Star Wars role playing games. So I have all three editions there.
Hmm.
Got my 40K. That's where I also have some of my Doctor Who books and Star Trek books and Star Wars. And we're talking about, like the books that they have, the making of stuff, the art of, all that good stuff. That's on that one. And you know what? Let's take a little walk here.
Is that your comic book long box right behind you on against the walls of the
Yeah,
long box?
yeah, there's two of them there. I
Yeah,
think there's
I
two.
see
Oh
that.
no, there's three there, and I got two over on the other side there. So I got three and two. And
Hmm.
this is my other shelf. And again, this is my very messy office. I'm in the stage of moving the office to another area. But I got some of my Star Wars books. I got some more role playing game, my Traveler books, my Star Wars encyclopedias. Screw you, Kathleen Kennedy. My Star Logs, Cinefantastiques, Doctor Who
Nice.
magazines. Getting some more magazines, all my Dragon magazines and the like down there.
Nice.
So, and that's just in this office.
Okay.
That's not including the room across the way there. That's a library, and that's got my paperbacks, hardbacks. I have all the Target books from Doctor Who. I got paperbacks. I got the Battlestar Galactica novels that they came out with back in the 70s. Uh,
Hmm.
I mean, it's just loaded up down there, and then of course I got my history books and such in the living room in my better bookcases. So I have stuff on the Viking history, the Third Reich,
Sweet.
the Roman history. I even have a special spot for my Tolkien books in there, and of course folklore, and of course, which is one of the reasons why this is all about. Because when I was in Viking history, and even before that, just folklore, legends, myths always fascinated me, whether it be the Greek, Roman myths and such. And
Hmm.
you don't need to be a disciple of James Campbell to understand what the hero of a thousand faces are. I mean, you don't need to read his work to understand how the story is going. I remember one day that Doomcock was talking, and he said, "How can it be that a 1930s serial of Flash Gordon can get story building better than JJ and Kathleen and Ryan Johnson and all these other schmucks?" And it's very
Hmm.
simple. They knew how to create a legendary story, working with the characters, how hero should be, how villain should be, how all that should be on there. And I can't remember who it was on Film Thread. He was talking about how Han Solo's death is such a bitch death
Well,
because
You're talking about Chris Gore.
yeah, Chris Gore. Yeah, thank you. I had a mental block on his name, and he was talking about how the hero never falls to his death, and yet Han Solo did. A falling to the
Right.
death is for the villain, and it's like Jar Jar couldn't even get that understanding. Anybody sits back and said, well, Gandalf fell to his death. No, he didn't fall to his death in Lord of the Rings. He fell, and then he was proceeding to kick the ass of the Balrog for I don't know how many days, and then he died.
Right.
So
how much
and
are
if
you
you
looking
can't-
forward? Go ahead. Finish. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
go ahead. Go
Go
ahead. Yeah, no, go on.
So I have a few questions, and they're all over the map. So one of them is, how much are you looking forward to the new series for Lord of the Rings? Okay, I triggered you.
You know what? I was saying this is going to turn into a no show to people.
Yeah, you're not looking forward to it.
so
I already know the answer to that question because I've heard you talk about it briefly already. I was just doing that to trigger you, but I mean,
I don't think I talked about it much though.
No, not much. But I could not much. It was in passing, but I could tell. So I mean, look, sometimes they're going to treat these things right. Sometimes they're going to treat these things wrong. But I do think, even if here's the thing, even if they get the Lord of the Rings wrong, the fact that something like Cowboy Bebop got canceled so fast is hopeful to me. The fact that let's take a look at Ghostbusters 2016, which is one of the most egregious cultural felony movies that's been released in years. So even that we the pendulum swung back in our favor. So I think it's so biting because so many of us are older now, and this and that, and we've lived our whole lives with this stuff and see it under attack. But the pendulums, possibly can swing back. Real quick before I forget, I don't think I ever asked you this question, or maybe I did and you answered and I just forgot the answer. Why did you switch your name from Eric over to Baron Ormantag, and then why did you pick that name?
Well, when I was going to radio, my instructor, his name was Bruce Huff. He was back saying about how people like in radio like to have their nom de plume on their air, different name. Yeah, because in some ways, and that's my dogs, by the way. One of which is BB. She wants to meet Bambino, by the way. So just a second. Let's see if this helps out. My wife went out, and every time anybody goes through that bloody door, the dogs think we're being invaded. So, so he says he never believed in changing your name for radio and such. Mm-hmm. But the funny thing is Bruce Huff wasn't his real name. So, you think about back in the days, and even though you're coming out as yourself, and you're not hiding behind anything, you always have fun taking the role. Like, think of Wolfman Jack. I mean, we all know.
Oh my God, I was about to mention Wolfman Jack right now. I was exactly who I was about to mention.
All right, it's Wolfman Jack here. We're going to be spinning the sack. I tell you what, we got some great music coming down the line. Let's not forget those Spanish flies coming up down from Mexico there. So I tell you what, we're going to have some Buddy Holly and Rockets right here on your station. Oh! Something like that.
Wow, that's awesome. Nice. Wow, you nailed that.
I love radio. I love everything in that aspect of it. And when I was in radio, I never did take a fake name. And when it came down to this one, it's like, well, so many people are using a nom de plume on here. Some, obviously, they don't want to know, people know. They want anonymity. Some people, it's just for fun. For me, it was for fun. And Baron Ormantag came from the Star Wars comic book series here, and he was one of the protagonists. One of the brilliant things about that early series of Marvel was Lucasfilm told him, don't use Darth Vader in the gang because we don't know exactly which direction we're going to be going to for the next film, which forced them to be creative. Wow, creative, and come up with new things. And along the way, they came up with a villain that he was blinded by the Darth Vader in a spat. He had anger issues against Vader, but he was a rich baron and had the powerful company in there. And I thought, what the hell? It's kind of fun. Why not take Baron Ormantag? I always loved that character. He's a little, what would you sit back and say? Not as known. And when people do recognize that name, it's like, aha, you're one of us. You're one of me. So I thought, hey, let's have a little bit of fun. And it was also in the beginning days where I didn't really know what the hell I wanted to do with this. Basically, I just set up the account so I could just harass people in Doomcock's chat, you and the others, and then It's like, well, okay, well, what am I going to do? Am I going to do the anonymity thing? No, I don't. I'm too egotistical. I like seeing my face on the air. I think anybody who's in a little bit of this business, there's a little bit of an ego trip behind it. And even though I'm more used to be on the radio, it's kind of fun having that camera too.
Right.
That I had. So it's like, okay, well, let's take that name, let's have fun with it, because we're talking about geeky stuff. We're talking about science fiction fantasy. We're talking about Star Wars. Well, let's take a nom de plume. I mean, even our founding fathers, they took nom de plumes when they're writing the Federalist Papers and the Anti-Federalist Papers. Everybody knew who the hell they were, but they took, the nom de plumes as they were getting printed in the papers. Presenting their arguments back and forth between having a strong Federalist and a not so strong federal government and such. It's like, okay, what the hell? I'll just go out there. I don't hide behind it. If anybody asks me who the hell I am, I say, this is who I am. Boom, I don't care. And, if someone drops my name, okay, that doesn't going to bother me because, it's a fun little name to have. It's a part of a role, but still, it's still me.
Yeah.
And it's just fun. It's just for fun.
Yeah. I get it. Hey, can you hold on for 30 seconds? I got to let Bambino out. He's like scratching at the door. I'll be right back. Just 15 seconds. Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mexican Iron Man is now proceeding to let the Mexican Iron pop out to make those mighty super doodles and poodles out in the yard. So those of you out in the California area, be on the lookout for this mighty wonder dog as he proceeds to do his duty. Make sure you have your umbrellas. Make sure you have your shovels because you never know how much could come out of this Mexican Iron pup that we all know as Bambino. Bambino, the Mexican Iron pup. And again, I want to thank everybody out there. I see Luke the Kook out there.
And I'm back.
And boy, you're fast.
No, I just had to give him to my mom to take care of him because
okay.
he was like jumping. He was jumping on the laptop and jumping on my legs, and like he heard your dog barking. Well, he heard your dog barking, so he started like losing his mind, and he wanted to look on the screen, and he was trying to figure out where the dog bark was coming from. And I'm like, that's why you may have seen like I muted myself a couple of times real quick because he was like, he was trying to lick your freaking TV or the screen right now. Like,
now that's why my face is wet now.
Ew, gross, nasty.
I know, your dog was licking me.
Wasn't me.
Licking me.
Wasn't me. All right, so what are your favorite movies of this year that what have you seen? Are you like in a big city or are you out in the middle of nowhere like Tom Connors is?
No, I'm actually on the outskirts, actually. I'm in what we call Carver County. So we're in fact, to let you know, I am about 5 miles away. I even let Vigilante Williamson 24 know about this last Sunday. I'm about 5 miles away from Paisley Park. Prince's little studio / home / of course where he passed away. So I want to say we might be on the outer edge of what we call the metropolitan area, but we're still within it. We have all sorts of great theaters still out here. Shakopee, they have those fancier theaters you're talking about, and it's about at the most about a 20-mile drive to get to Eden Prairie. Or even Burnsville, where they have some of the bigger, fancier movie theaters. In fact, that's where we saw Dune.
What movies have you seen in the theater this year?
This year, unfortunately, only 2. I saw that, Nice Guy, the one with the NPC in the computer-generated world. The wife and I went out there and saw that. We finally sat, because our schedules finally meshed with our new jobs that we had. It's like, hey, we have a weekend for once now. Mm-hmm. Let's go see a movie. And it's like that movie just looked cute. And it's like, okay, we'll go. And we went over to actually the other Shakopee theater, saw it on the regular type of screen that they had there. I liked it. I mean, there was a couple woke moments in there, but other than that, it was like the 1980s BS. Sometimes they throw into a film where someone shoots a mouth off. So it's like, okay, I can.
You said nice
guy. Nice guy.
You meant free guy.
Free guy. Thank you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I got dementia issues and ADD, so you gotta forgive me. I can get my words a little bit wrong.
Okay.
And then Dune. I saw freaking Dune, man. I know because you gave me that call up on my, when I was having my birthday dinner, and you said,
right.
Go see Dune, and of course, Coach was telling me to see Dune.
Right. I think I texted you like, bro, you got to go see it, right? Didn't I send you a text on yourself?
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, you got to go see this. Yeah.
And to be honest, and this is not fair to my long suffering here, but I was afraid to take her to see the movie because, science fiction isn't nearly really her thing. And of course, how the first Dune film was, and she did actually like the first Dune film, but knowing how deep Dune can be, and it's like I have no idea what territory is, and I just don't want to take my wife to see a film she would not enjoy. But she sat back and said, "Take me," and use a bunch of expletives and insulted my manhood about it. Just 1 second here. Little girl,
Yeah.
my little girl here, she's in their cat that I got. I think she's wanting to get out of the room. I usually try to keep my door closed to keep the animal noises down, but my
Was that
wife
your
is not here
cat?
with me.
Was that your cat making all that noise?
That's my other cat. I have a second one. Her name's Little Girl. She's like this little. She's a tabby, but she's very blonde and blue shirt guy. Yeah, but she's very blonde. So when she came to us, she was called Blondie. But I kept on calling her Little Girl because she's like a kitten size cat, and she's
Right.
fully grown. So, but and it's my fault. I was I was selling my wife short, and I admit it. And she absolutely loved the movie. And she sat back and said that the when the first film started coming out, it was a little slow for her, but then it picked up and it rocked. And I know I've been seeing Raquel Biggs talking about stuff with the Dune and such like that, and I've seen all three versions of Dune. I read the book at least twice. I've been tempted to
Okay.
read it again. And my take off of Dune is this: the best literal translation, basically where you're trying to do the best
Yeah.
literal copy and paste, was the 2000 miniseries, where you had 3 nights, 2 hours each, and the book it basically has 3 books in it, 3 parts in it. So the one night was the first part of the book, the other night was the other part, and the other one was the other part. It was the best literal, but I didn't like the casting and
Mhm.
and a few other things in there, and they didn't emphasize certain things I thought was very important. This film I thought was the best. I don't want to say surrealistic because that's not the word, but the artistic interpretation of the movie.
Right.
I mean, keeping true as best as possible to that one point in there. Uh, I don't want to take it. I mean, I'm sure people have had to see it by now, or people know what Dune is, but I don't want to still take anything away from what the experience is. But I was rather pleased with the book. I mean, the movie on there, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they would do in the second part. There's a few things I didn't like. To be honest with you, I did not like how they portrayed Jessica, the mother, in that film. Because the
Okay.
role of Jessica, I always looked at Jessica as very strong because she's a Bene Gesserit, as they call witch, but she's part of the Bene Gesserit sisterhood. And yes, when she is dealing with the Reverend Mother, who this is going to be a spoiler alert here, the Reverend Mother is her mother for real in the story. That is, uh, you can understand why she's scared. It'd be like anybody coming to the person
Well,
who's
see, now
above
that
you,
would have been
higher
helpful to
nature.
have picked up that because I saw Dune 3 times, twice on HBO Max and once in the theater originally,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
I never knew that because I never read any of the books. I mean, that's another example of another movie where I was not this big Dune guy,
Hmm.
had never read the books, saw the
Right.
first movie, didn't really like it at the time. It was a little bit too esoteric out there. It was
Hmm.
and I'm not sure why because I love Space 1999. I
Hmm.
love Star Wars, love Star Trek, of course, original series. Never got into Next Generation until much later in my life, and
Hmm.
I'm missing
And I
a
do want
part
to
here.
talk to you
Oh,
about that.
and of course, Battlestar Galactica. So to me, if I had to rate my fandoms, you're gonna. I mean, people always flip out when I say this, but as a kid, my favorite fandom was Space 1999. Even though I wasn't, I don't know if I was even born when it came out, let alone cognizant of the world. But what happened was is that I caught it was Space 1999 and the original series Star Trek were on repeat on syndication on some UHF
Hmm.
channels and on KTVU2, which was an independent channel at the time in the Bay Area. And
Hmm.
and then Battlestar Galactica I just love. So if I were to have to rate my fandoms, like I really think Battlestar Galactica is my overall top fandom by far. Like, and
Okay.
Space 1999 is I don't know. See, the thing is, like, I bonded to characters in Star Wars, and like, I love Captain Kirk in Star Trek because he was like a stepdad to me. I absolutely love Luke Skywalker's story because I found courage in that story. I used to get beat up as a kid, and I, the whole lightsaber thing. Like, I took a stick one day after school and I hit it. I'm sorry. There was on the weekend I went and I hit a stick. I used to get beat up by these kids, this little mob of kids when I was a
Mhm.
kid, and I hit it behind a bush. And then on Monday, I told myself I was gonna, when we walk by this bush that we walk by all the time, this row of hedges, that I was gonna pull it out and I was gonna defend myself like Luke Skywalker, because I told myself as a kid, this guy Luke, who had no parents, because I was adopted too. He's like, who had no parents, and was on his own. And if he could find the courage to defeat Darth Vader, I had to be able to find the courage to stand up for myself from being bullied all the time. And so I hid it behind these hedge of bushes on a weekend. And on Monday, I thought for sure when we walked by, but I didn't have the courage. Tuesday comes by, I couldn't do it. Wednesday comes by, still didn't do it. Thursday, I'm super stressed out. Finally, Friday, I got the balls to do it. It took me 5 walks to school in the morning, and then one of the kids had said something to me that just set me off, and I'm like, this is the last time I'm getting bullied. Like these, I'm not even gonna tell you all the stuff they used to do to me, but I just turned on it. I grabbed that stick and I just started swinging, and I didn't really hit any of them too hard. I think I'm more surprised and shocked them that I stood up for myself. And from that
Mhm.
point on, like, lightsabers have meant something to, even though it was just a stick back then. And my family was so broke and poor, I never got any of those even $10, $20 little lightsaber toys that were around as a kid. It wasn't until I was like
Mhm.
a grown man and had my own money that I started spending money on lightsabers. But so I found courage in Luke Skywalker. But in terms of the actual Star Wars trilogy, my love for that kind of developed later, because but Battlestar Galactica, good God, I love almost damn every iteration of that damn thing. Even the shitty ass 80 TV movies and stuff.
Yeah, the
And Dune,
Galactica 1980.
yeah, Dune, I just never read, and so when I saw the movie, I thought it was a fantastic cinematic experience. I was with Stone Loki, Mornings of Mischief, and we saw it together in Dallas. It was just awesome. I mean, I just loved it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great film for someone who didn't read the book to watch and really envelop, because you don't necessarily always get the hints with the fact that Jessica is the daughter of not only the Reverend Mother, but the Baron
Right,
also. And there, as the story evolves with the books and all that, and of course, then Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson started doing they're basically an expanded universe. They're on that, which divides Dune fans out there. Honestly, it does. Was this, do we take this as part of it, or do we kind of put it off to the side?
right.
But you know what Herbert was doing. I can understand why someone has a hard time. It took me a couple times to actually sit down and read the book. I always had a couple false starts. It's like, and then finally, I was able to sit down and read it. And it's like, wow, this is this is like a medieval story. You're dealing in, of course, instead of dragons, you have the worms, and of course
Right.
the spice. That's your spice trade going on, and then of course the environmental issue is like how, again, one of those things where I don't think Herbert knew anything about Campbell. I don't even know if Campbell had his stuff out at the time, but this is a man who knew what a saga, what heroes are about, and was able to proceed to go into it and that hit that note off of there. In fact, here, while we're talking about it, there's Mike Chilton first edition, but it's the book club version of
Okay.
Dune. So, I mean, I don't know how much this is worth. I got it for $3 about 20 years ago at a bookstore, a used bookstore. But
Wow.
that is my Chilton copy, the first edition, which is, and Chilton was known for doing their auto mechanic books. And somebody decided, okay, we'll take a chance after Frank Herbert. Everybody failed, said no, 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 no. And finally, somebody at Chilton says, oh, we'll take it up. And boom, lo and behold, it becomes this giant phenomenon out there in the
Hmm.
literary world. And of course, now in the motion picture world, because this, like I said, this film is just freaking fantastic. But I am, like I said, I think Jessica was far too weak. She seems too frightened all the time through that film. It's like, no, this is
Well,
a Benny Gesserit.
Yeah, I mean, if I'd known that was her mom coming and her mom is also head of the order, that would have made a lot of things make sense.
Right.
You know?
And not only that, not only that, she's testing her son. I mean, her son could die.
Right.
I mean, her hand, if his hand comes out of that box beforehand, he's poisoned, he's dead, and she's lost her son.
Right.
And you can understand that fear as well, that person would have, especially when she blatantly disobeyed the order. I mean, everything she did was against what the order wanted. And
Right.
think about a nun doing something like that. Going against the order blatantly, being told this is what you do, and she doesn't do it, and now you're being called up on the carpet with Mother Superior. It's the same thing.
Hey, you gotta
Except
zap
for-
that. You gotta zap that bot, that Sherilyn Darnley. I think that's a bot.
Oh, I just saw. Oh, there we go. I did not. Okay, thank you. I'll block that. I was too busy talking with you. Sometimes I get lost when I'm talking. That's one of the things too, and I have to learn to get better at that. Is to look at the chat a little bit
Well,
more.
you know,
I
yeah.
get.
I mean, the
What?
good news here's the good news. At least you've got. You don't need a lot of wrenches. Don't, you know, I always tell
No.
people don't give a ton of wrenches out, but you want to give wrenches out to people that know you and like your
Mhm.
content, and so that
Right.
that way they can let you focus on you and because frankly, the job of a mod and a wrench is a very different job than just hanging out in the chat stream. And without mods, dude, like I'll tell you, like when we do Midnight's Edge, Jesus Christ, the shows would never go the way they could go if we didn't have like Natasha and the whole crew over there.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm a mod, but I'm like a backup mod. Like, I mean, I'm good on certain channels, but there's some channels the chat flies so fast. It's like you know. Anyway, back on topic. So for Dune Part 2, I'm really enthusiastically excited the fact that he committed to a 2-year turnaround, October to
Mhm.
October. I think it's gonna fly by really quickly. I think I'm really excited about that.
I hope so. I mean, I wish they would have done it like they did Lord of the Rings cycle. I wish they would have
Right.
just said, okay, film it back to back. That way you have everything there. You can just run it through and you have everybody committed. And when you're finished, of course, then you have time to get everything put properly together. And then, boom, you don't have to worry about maybe some makeup shots here and there. So instead of having, because who knows what can happen in these next 2 years? Uh, no, as it comes along there. So I wish it would have done it back to back like that. I mean, I think Lord of the Rings proved that you could do it, and I think going with this with someone who knows what they're doing with making a
But
film.
at the time, oh my God, the lovely Sherry is here. Hi, Sherry. How are you?
Oh, hi, Sherry.
Oh my God.
I just met her the other day on my yesterday's chat. She came in, and so nice to meet you and see you again. Thank you so much for coming.
I want to compliment her on her outstanding, great taste for channels that she shows up to because she and I always show up at the same channels. So, yeah, she has phenomenally great taste because she shows up at the same shows that I show up.
Sherry,
I love that,
Sherry,
and I love that she calls me Mikey. What?
Sherry? He's stalking you, Sherry.
I'm not. How am I?
Stalking you.
I'm not stalking Sherry. How am I stalking her? I'm already in the chat stream or the show, and she shows up. How am I? Well, like I got like a time stone or something, and I'm like reversing time. Oh, that would be cool. Like
That would be
Doctor
cool, man.
Strange, like with the time stone. We need a time stone.
There we go.
Hey, so heads up, I
You
got about 5 or 10 more minutes. Oh, look,
Okay,
Sherry
sure,
says
great.
she says she's stalking me.
There you go.
Oh my God!
So
Bro,
yeah,
can I tell you something real quick about California? So I'm down here
Yeah,
visiting
yeah.
my family and stuff. So hanging out with mom, seeing the brother tomorrow, stuff like that. Bro, I had no idea what it like. Being from the South, like living in South Carolina, Georgia area, like
Mhm.
we live life very differently. So like I forgot that I need masks and shit like this. Like I forget
Mhm.
like it's a very like California is like a very different cultural climate. And here's the other thing too. I'm used to saying hi to everybody because that's how we do things in the South that I've now learned.
Mhm.
But like, so I said hi to somebody, they're like, I don't have any change. I'm like, wait, what? All I did was I said, hey, how you doing? And they're like, I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, you know what? It's because I probably didn't have a suit on. I had my my Adidas
Mhm.
wear on. So I
Yeah.
don't know, bro. I don't know. But I can't wait to visit you or you visit me. You're gonna come visit next year, right?
I am coming down. I let the long suffering know. I am going down there next year. You might not get me back, but I'm going back going down there, and I got to see your free range rabbit chicken farm.
Okay, so this is funny that you say that because I actually ordered a custom from Etsy. I am actually commissioned somebody to make a plushie replica of a rabbit chicken plushie. And so I'm gonna be doing on my channel the adventures of Ronnie the rabbit chicken. I think we're gonna either Ronnie or Robbie. I got to say, I'll let Sherry pick. Sherry, you can pick the name of my rabbit chicken, but I'm gonna have the adventures of blank the rabbit chicken, and he's gonna go on all kinds of little adventures, like how to avoid the taco grill and how to, I'm gonna cook. I have all these story ideas of the rabbit chickens and stuff.
I, I
But
can't wait
good
to see
news,
that.
bro, the rabbit chicken bit isn't gonna die because they're gonna supposedly do a Shang-Chi too. So they're gonna do
You're
another
kidding.
crappy movie. That's what the announcement was, and it says I looked at my IMDb Pro, and it says that it's a project that's got greenlit and that it's in development. So, so the only good news about this is that I'm going to be able to keep my rabbit chicken bit going because I'm sure they're going to try to do. It's Disney. They're going to try to use Morris the rabbit chicken just like a Baby
Mhm.
Yoda in that universe.
You know what? You are going to definitely keep that bit going, even if they decide to stop going. That has become so synonymous with you right now. The rabbit chicken. Everywhere I
And
go, and they say Mexican Iron Man, there, boom, it's rabbit chicken time.
right. Pacific 14 says that's one thing I learned quickly moving from California to North Carolina. I've been in North Carolina for 24 years, and the Pacific doesn't want to go back. That's funny. John Riddle says, I'll take a dozen with honey mustard sauce. See, the demand of the consumers and the customers, we got to focus on the customer needs. And if the customer wants more rabbit chicken, then we can't stop, you
Yeah,
know?
definitely. But you're saying we have about 5 minutes left, and we were talking about how we wanted to end the show on that one. And I hope I have a chance to have you again sometime in the
Oh
future.
yeah, I'd love to. You know what I'd love to do?
Uh,
Let's go see Spider Man, and I'll come on and talk Spider Man with you for 30 minutes to an hour if you want to. Just
More than happy to do that,
your
and
next show.
other
So
fun stuff.
let
Yeah.
me know when you see it. I'd be happy to
Okay.
break it
Oh
down
yeah.
with
Oh,
you.
more than happy to do that. And of
How
course,
did we say we're going to end the show? I forgot already. Good God! And you
well,
talked about
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like hard to believe, isn't it? We were talking about the positive in how we're
oh yeah,
winning this war,
oh
and of
yeah,
course, you listed the 4 films on there that you definitely think is the thing that is kicking down the doors. And I think I brought up too that Fat Santa Seagal said himself that they're pushing so hard now, so
right.
hard with the BS. It only shows that we are winning. And the top quality this last year, like you were saying, has been such top entertainment with very little woke, or to none woke. Uh, like yourself, the Ghostbusters Afterlife, Dune. Now you're, Spider Man. What was the other one you were talking about? What was the other film you said?
Okay, so this is the way I'm going to break it down. Um, for me, like I was thinking about the show tonight. I got some people don't like the Snyderverse, but I like that DC movie and I like the Snyderverse. So that was a good
Mhm.
experience for me. I got a good superhero movie with Spider-Man. I got a good family-oriented movie with Ghostbusters. I got a good sci-fi movie with Dune. Dude, bro, that's like 4 solid wins for me. That's like, and frankly, I got one or two other surprises that I really, really enjoyed. I love the Clint Eastwood movie that came out. Um,
Oh, Prime Macho.
Cry Macho, and which was a Poly Latino Slant recommendation. Another one that he told me to go see was The Forever Purge. Freaking love that movie too. So, I mean, they're not in my top 3, top 5, but I mean, the
Right.
way I look at things is that, see, I love going to the movies. It's always been something that I've done either by myself with the person I'm dating. Like going to the movies
Hmm.
has just been ingrained in me for like just years, just
Hmm.
2 decades, or really. So for me, this was a big deal that I was able to get out. And once I was in South Carolina, that I moved in June, and I had to realize that because Santa Clara County, they just went back on mask mandates and stuff like that in California, and Santa Clara
Hmm.
County always had issues, and so it was like we're opening, closing, and it didn't get covered in the news, but we were on lockdown for more than any other region in the Bay Area.
I
So
believe it.
getting out, and going to the movies was awesome. And so yeah, I think things are I think there's some really good signs out there, man. I really do. I think we're gonna
Mhm.
get disappointed and see a lot more woke shit that was already approved under development for the last
Oh
five,
yeah.
6, 7 years. I think it's gonna get better.
I think you're absolutely right on that, Mike. It's like you as you're sitting back saying that we are winning the war, but uh, there's going to be some battles we're going to lose, and it's going to be this stuff that again, like you said, it's already in production. They're still going to be going out there, but I think we're winning, and I think within the next couple of years we're really going to see that. The China money's not coming in no more like they want. I know Vigilante Williamson was talking about the uh, about that. That what is that government money that they're giving out across the way, and the what was it to do the basically the woke stuff? I can't remember. You called it GM something. I can't remember. I don't know if you know what that is.
GM
On
what?
I can't remember. I have to ask Vigilante and get the what exactly it is, but there's government money that's being given out to studios and such. He was saying that's going out there, and it's helping promote like a lot of that woke garbage that's going out there.
Oh yeah. We could well, God, dude, we could talk about that for an hour or two. But yeah, it has
Yeah,
to do with their oh God, what does it stand for? Their
yeah.
social their score. Anyway, go ahead. I know what you're
Oh,
referring to, but go ahead.
yeah. I mean, and that money's going to dry up soon because no one's seeing it. And what is the studio going to do here? And I'd like to also bring in about the Eagle thing. You know, these actors and actresses aren't getting recognized because no one's seeing their stuff and nobody cares. Sure, they might be getting money, but no
Uh-huh.
one's giving the worship that they want, and they're going to start screaming, "Hey, I want to be noticed out there. I want to be in a film that actually does get seen. Yeah, I like the money, but I'm in this for the ego as well." So I think that's going to be another factor that's going to be helping us out in the next couple years. I mean, I honestly don't know who the big actors or actresses are.
Right. Yeah.
So
Well,
I mean,
I think we've got I think we got some things to look forward to.
yeah, I think so. Absolutely think so. That we are going to have some uh, great. Oh, I think I lost Mexican Iron Man. Okay, so I don't know if he's going to be popping back on there. Um, if he does come in to say goodbye, I hope he does. I can hold on here for a few moments, but if he's not going to come on, I want to sit back and think. And yeah, I noticed that a little bit harassing in there. I did a little bump off of there. Sorry about that. The lovely Sherry and John Rindle and others. Don't need to. So I hate to see that you were being harassed out there. We are also getting spammed. Can you believe that? I can't believe that me, a lowly little baron, with that was coming in and doing that. So, but again, I'd like to thank everybody that has come in here. I'll just wait for a few moments to see if our good friend Mexican Iron Man does pop back. I have a feeling he was having some connection issues. So I want to thank, of course, the lovely Sherry. Thank you for being here. Low spec Linux laptop, and I love those penguins. I brought that up there. Uh, oh, did I kick? Oh, did I kick him from the screen? Dream. Um. Oh, let me. Well, you know what? Um. I. Oh, how did I block you from the stream? Oh, maybe I hit the wrong one. Ah, I'm sorry about that, Mexican Iron Man. He got canceled. Okay, let me take a look at StreamYard here and see what my blocks are. Pa- 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 pa. And I have to apologize. I am sorry. Some of those moves around so fast I hit the wrong person. How can I unblock? I'm a jerk. I'm a jerk. Mexican Iron Man, you can call me a jerk. I'm just taking a look in here. Will he forgive me, my Mexican Iron Man? Well, I got you a mod, anyways. Let me try. Take a look in your DM there again. Let's see if that works for you. So I put a DM in there. Let's see if that gets you back on, my friend. And we can see about that going on there. I'm a hater. There he is. There he is. I'm sorry about that, brother. I didn't mean to knock you out. I must have hit the wrong level on that one. So my apologies.
Hashtag brown lives don't matter. Hashtag cancel Mexican Iron Man. Hashtag rabbit chickens lives don't matter. Hashtag.
You, the man is keeping you down. I'm the man. I'm keeping you down, man.
Well, I gotta go
Look at
anyways.
me. I know
I
you're
gotta
coming
go.
to the end here, so.
Yeah, so I gotta say goodnight anyways. But at least you got me back. That was the weirdest thing. I got this weird message. It says your link to the stream has been terminated. Try again
Oh,
later. And I kept clicking on the link. It may have been. I don't know. It's like that usually only happens when I actually. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna say anything. I don't know what happened. But StreamYards has been really weird the last few months. So
yeah, it actually has been. So, and if you think it did, I'm apologize. Yeah,
no, I
I
don't
would
think it was
have
you.
thrown
I
you.
don't think it was you.
Okay.
I think it was a StreamYard thing. I don't think it was you.
Yeah, okay. I would do a classy way of throwing you out. So,
Yeah,
let's do it.
you'd be like, yeah, we're coming only to the special VIP cracker time, brown folk.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. No, seriously, brother. But let's end on a positive note too. But I want to tell you, I'm proud of you that you found a voice and you want to do channel stuff. I think it's great.
Thank you.
I think it's awesome. I'm very proud of you, and I'm honored to be on your show. I love that you've already got people in the chat stream, people that I know, like, love, and stuff. And
There.
this is great. Do something, keep
Well,
doing it unique. And you got a good time slot. This is actually a pretty good time slot. So sorry I was late.
thank you. Yeah, yeah. I kind of go back and forth between Tuesdays and Wednesdays, so it all depends on when people
No,
are
dude.
available.
Yeah, stick with the Wednesday slot.
Wednesday slot? Okay. I think
Yeah.
next week though I'm going to have a Tuesday one because I did set that up. Yeah. Well, unless good old 24. I don't know if he's on now. Maybe I'll give him a talk to him and see if we can move to Wednesday. So yeah,
Oh,
I'll
I'm
keep it on
talking
Wednesday.
about
No
this
problem.
show for your channel. Yeah.
Yeah. No. I'm going to have
All right, man.
24
I'm
on
gonna say
next
good
week.
night. See you guys later.
I'm going to have him next week. Yeah. Take care,
Oh,
Mexican
got
Air
it.
Man. Thank you. I love you, brother. Again, thank you so much for coming on the show. It was
Love
an
you, man.
honor. Okay.
Bye, everybody.
And now I didn't do that. He did that himself. So everybody, I thank you so much for joining us tonight for the stream. We're coming up to about 1 hour and 45 minutes. Thank you so much, all you out there in the chat, everyone who's watching, the lurkers, everybody. You mean a lot to me. And and the next week I'm going to have, and it might change, but I do have it originally set down to have it for Tuesday, but I might change it to Wednesday. It depends on if 24/7 Fusion Media wants to do whichever day that is. But we're going to have him on next week on Baron After Dark here. Of course, please catch me on the Primetime Kings every Sunday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's 24 Fusion Media. Vigilante Williamson, Fats Santa Seagal, and of course, yours truly, Baron Ormond Tag. So, again, I thank you so much for joining us tonight. It was great having Mexican Iron Man. He's a great man. And you are all great as well. So, from the mighty offices of the palatial Baron Estates is a Baron Ormond Tag wishing you all good night. I love you all. Thank you so much.